Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling the absolute heavyweight championship of the tech world. I'm talking about that decades-old classic debate between the two biggest desktop operating systems on the planet, macOS and Microsoft Windows. If you've ever found yourself staring at your computer screen, kind of wondering if the grass is greener on the other side of the digital fence, well, you are in exactly the right place.
Right out of the gate, we gotta address the elephant in the room. People love to argue about which system is objectively superior, right? But honestly, the truth is the quote-unquote best operating system, it completely depends on your specific lifestyle, your budget, and what you actually need to get done every single day. So let's dive into this and figure out exactly which one is built for you.
To make sense of it all, we're gonna tackle this step by step. We'll start with their core design philosophies, move through the user interfaces, check out the software and gaming matchup, look at hardware and ecosystems, and finally, help you make your final choice. Simple as that.
Before we really get into the weeds here, let's take a look at the high-level landscape. With Apple's macOS on one side and Microsoft Windows on the other, you can immediately see some really stark contrasts across the board. We're talking everything from hardware exclusivity to gaming support to customization levels. Keep this roadmap in the back of your mind as we dive in.
All right, round one, core design philosophies. The boutique versus the flexible workshop. Let's get into it. So here's the absolutely crucial point to understand. macOS is designed by Apple, specifically for Apple hardware. And because Apple has total control over both the hardware and the software, the entire experience feels highly optimized and just incredibly smooth. It's built on this really stable Unix foundation, prioritizing top-tier security and premium performance. Windows, on the other hand, is a completely different beast. Microsoft designs Windows to be this ultimate flexible engine. It's built to run on a massive array of machines from totally different manufacturers. We're talking Dell, HP, Lenovo, Asus, the whole shebang. Where Apple curates this tight boutique experience, Windows is all about massive hardware variety, backwards compatibility, and total flexibility.
Moving on to round two, user interface differences, navigating your digital world.
Just look at the immediate visual contrast here. Over on the left, Apple's Finder and desktop space are clean, they're minimal, they're super streamlined. But then on the right, you've got Microsoft's robust Windows 11 environment featuring that iconic start menu and a highly customizable taskbar. Obviously, both of them are going to get you where you need to go, but the actual journey, it feels completely different.
If you sit down at a Mac, the visual signatures are instantly recognizable. You've got that persistent menu bar anchored right at the top of the screen, the dock at the bottom for all your favorite apps, and mission control for handling your multitasking. And of course, you can't forget those famous traffic light window controls. Red to close, yellow to minimize, green for full screen. It's just a visually polished interface. It really prioritizes a smooth, modern, and highly simplified user experience without, completely overwhelming you with a million options.
By contrast, let's look at how things operate on the Windows side. Honestly, the Windows interface empowers its power users right out of the gate. The Start menu and taskbar serve as your primary launchpads. But where Windows really truly shines is its window management. Tools like Snap Layouts? Absolute game changer. They let you instantly organize multiple windows side by side with just incredible efficiency. Plus, if you're someone who loves control, Windows gives you advanced control panels, extensive right-click context menus, and deep system settings that let you customize pretty much everything under the sun.
All right, round three, software and gaming matchup, tools for work and play.
When it comes to actually getting work done, both of these operating systems are absolute powerhouses, but they dominate in completely different fields. macOS is massively popular among content creators, graphic designers, musicians, mainly because it boasts incredible exclusive tools like Final Cut Pro and Logic Pro. It's also a huge favorite among programmers thanks to its built-in Unix terminal environment. On the flip side, Windows boasts literally the largest overall software library in the world. It holds an unmatched dominance in the engineering space, think massive programs like AutoCAD and SolidWorks, along with just unbeatable legacy compatibility for corporate business applications.
But when work is over and it's time to play, well, Windows is the undisputed king of PC gaming. The sheer volume of supported games is staggering. Windows has unparalleled GPU compatibility, dedicated driver support, and deep integration of DirectX. Whether you're using massive platforms like Steam or the built-in Xbox app, if you are a serious gamer who wants access to every single title out there and the ability to upgrade your graphics card down the line, Windows is simply where the action is. No contest. Now that's not to say Macs can't game at all. With the introduction of Apple Silicon, Macs feature amazingly quiet, super efficient hardware and stunning display quality. Honestly, it's a fantastic platform for indie games. However, we have to be real here. macOS still fundamentally lacks the broad AAA game compatibility found on Windows. Basically meaning the biggest high-budget blockbuster games either release on Windows first or, frankly, they just never make their way to a Mac at all.
Which brings us to round 4, hardware and ecosystems, navigating the physical and digital worlds.
Now, digital security is absolutely crucial today. macOS benefits heavily from strict App Store controls and built-in gatekeeper protections to block malicious software right in its tracks. Plus, having a smaller market share naturally means fewer targeted malware attacks. But hey, don't count Microsoft out for a second. Windows has dramatically fortified its defenses over the years. We're talking deep, hardware-level protections like TPM security chips to lock down your data, BitLocker encryption, and the highly effective Microsoft Defender built right in from day one.
Let's pivot and talk about the famous Apple ecosystem. If you already own an iPhone or an iPad, getting a Mac feels almost like magic. The integration is completely seamless and it just works right out of the box. You can literally copy text on your phone and paste it on your Mac using Universal Clipboard. You can instantly share massive files with AirDrop, unlock your Mac just by wearing your Apple Watch, and keep all your iMessages and FaceTime calls perfectly synced across everything. It's a highly curated, remarkably convenient walled garden.
Microsoft, on the other hand, opts for a much broader, much more flexible approach to its ecosystem. Windows absolutely excels in cross-platform integration, particularly with Android phones, letting you seamlessly sync your messages and photos. It also integrates natively with Xbox consoles, making it an awesome unified hub for your entertainment. And on top of that, Windows is deeply ingrained in cloud and enterprise environments through comprehensive Microsoft services like OneDrive and Office 365. It's pretty much the ultimate tool for traditional networking and business integration.
And that brings us to our final round. Round 5, making your final choice, the final verdict.
So let's take a breath and break down the ideal archetypes here. Choose macOS if you already love and use Apple devices and you want that premium, tightly integrated ecosystem. It's absolutely the right call if you prioritize incredible battery life, ultra-quiet operation, and a polished, simple interface. It's also highly recommended if your primary focus is creating content, editing videos, or producing music. Or, if you're a developer who really relies on a stable Unix-based environment.
On the other hand, choose Windows if you are a PC gamer, full stop. But even beyond gaming, Windows is your champion if you need maximum global software compatibility, particularly for specialized or heavy-duty engineering software. It is exactly what you need if you want the flexibility to upgrade your hardware over time, maybe swap out a GPU a few years down the line. Or, honestly, if you simply want access to a much wider variety of lower-cost or budget-friendly hardware options.
Ultimately, neither operating system is objectively better in a vacuum. Actually, scratch that. They're just powerful tools, optimized for completely different philosophies and different types of users. So I'm going to leave you with this provocative thought. Forget about brand loyalty, forget about what's trendy right now. When you look at the actual tasks you sit down to do every single day, which one of these platforms truly empowers your digital life? Thanks for joining me on this deep dive in The Explainer. Think about your daily needs, and we'll catch you on the next one.